So everyone, day 3, and now we have come to the beach. We came as last last night as well, but it was too dark to see anything. But yeah, this is the, oh my god. So this is the palm trees with really big sand, and then the beach or the water behind me. So as you can see, it is very wavy, and once again the sun is not shining, and yeah, and the water looks really green and really bad. It has a really bad color. But if it would be totally blue sky with sun, it would have a much better blue color. And as you can see, palm trees are actually everywhere, even here. And then I was walking on between these small, like there are some small balls that is really interesting. It can give you really interesting way to have some paint. But there are like small crabs which are moving in and out. So yeah, so be mindful of the nature, as you don't want to get them stepped on. So as you can see, even here in front of me there is one. And the water got some sunlight, but it is not the best view. Like it is, like if it would be really like calm, then you could see the blue color of it, but not this time. So yeah, so I think the crabs are actually coming out, and they are getting these balls of the sand out, so that when they are getting out, like that's why there is holes, so they are actually underground, and then when they are getting out of it, that's when these balls come out. But there are a lot of them. It actually creates a really good path and interesting way to see the sea with the sand. I've actually seen a pretty big one, like medium size, and a really small one. So be mindful of the nature. Yeah, there are a lot of them here, these crabs. Like they are really getting to that like sand color. I think they all went inside. Yeah, I couldn't really see anyone moving, but I saw them moving around. Even some got into their holes. Yeah, so there were a lot of them here. So maybe I can show you a bit more if they will be more this opportunity. Like that one, the smaller one. Like I think there was one somewhere. Yeah, they're really hard to see because, as I said, they have the same color as the sand, and they can get. There was one like that one. They got inside the hole as well. So yeah, a lot of them are. So they are really shy. So if you are getting too close, then they will all go to their holes. Yeah, and as I said, they are really hard to spot. So because they are, like as I said, same color as the sand, and they are really quickly hiding. Like that one. There is more of them. But they're already moving inside, so yeah. So I'm like coming to, came next to them and stopped them, and stopped. They all went inside, so that's how shy they are. So if you're stopping them, so if you're stopped next to them, then yeah, they will just go inside really quickly. So, but I hope that you guys will see it, because it is really hard to see. So even with naked eyes, like I could see that they are moving, and that's it. That was one thing that I could see only, nothing else. And then in netted beach area, which is here in North Queensland, it is, and also northern part of the country. It is very well known that you have to have, because if you are not, then you will die because of the square jellyfish. They are really poisonous, so always swim in the netted area and never everywhere else, except if you are coming here when the square jellyfish are not here, because they have a season as well. But yeah, I think that is the best part, to actually take the netted river, netted part. And then, like, there is the stairs that you can take to the, I think it was the day 1 that we took this walking track here in Port Douglas. So this is this end, those stairs, those white stairs, and then some very good like homes or apartments on the top. So yes, you can actually walk all the way next to the beach to the Anzac Park, or next to the Anzac Park. Yeah, so it got a bit, like, it got sunny, but still, because it is really wavy, and it gets really dirty, so you can't really see that beautiful blue color that it should have. And then these big mountains all around us.
And the tide comes in about 3 meters. So here we've got nice little high tide. It goes up past the village for about 1.5 meters, and it continues on a little bit beyond that.
There are 2 baby crocodiles sleeping.
Yeah, see, they're not plastic. Oh, what's going in? Okay. Now these little guys, it's at the end of the day, I'm the last one, but I don't really like to frighten them. I want to teach them that we're okay. So these little guys are uploading lots and lots of information, sound, sights, smells, all that sort of stuff. So these little guys are probably born in February, so where's Mummy? Well, when Mummy gives birth, or when Mummy lays those eggs, she waits around 3 months, wait for those babies to hatch, and when they come out, they generally can look after themselves right from day dot, and I think this is what's happened. So when the babies came out, we had a flood on the 4th of March, a flash flood, so they were probably shifted from wherever their little crèche was. So of all the other reptiles that we have here on the planet, crocodile's one of the few that actually stick around, look after the babies. All of the rest of them never get to see their kids. So in this case here, these guys can look after themselves right from day dot. When they come out of the egg, they've got a little yolk sac that they can survive on for at least a couple of months before they really need to eat. Now these little guys here will probably have things like insects, little prawns, little fish. And they don't need a lot, there's not a lot of them, but they grow exponentially quick. And so by the end of the year they should be roughly about 60 centimetres or so, depending on genetics too. So they can be a little bit bigger than some and not others. So there should be another one on this stick here as we come past. He was halfway along. Is he still there? Yeah. So we'll leave him there. He's flat out like a lizard. Yeah, so cute.
I'll be saying that in 10 years.
If he's still around now, this little guy has a 50% chance of surviving his first year. So he is prey to things like birds of prey. We've got large fish in here like barramundi, and also crocodiles. They'll eat each other. So guys, we have two types of crocodiles in Australia, the saltwater and the freshwater crocodile. So our salties technically can tolerate salt water. They're not necessarily designed for salt water, but they're just able to manage that salt. When there's excess salt in the system, they just excrete it through little glands through the eyes. Our Crocodylus porosus are found pretty much in most coastal areas. Whichever book you read or who you talk to, 60 to 70% live in freshwater areas. So never be fooled, just because it's freshwater, there's no salties in there. Most of the saltwater crocs live in freshwater areas. Really depends on their food. Okie dokie. I have another one to show you, so I'll do that, then I'll zip across to the other side and see if our big fella Barrett is still around.
Crocodiles have grabbing, wondering what the death roll's all about. Getting meat off.
Yeah, I eat with politicians as well. He says, so what do you do when you catch them? He says, well, I grab them and I shake the shit out of them. He said, oh, that's the problem. He says, oh, yeah, once you do that, you just got the briefcase. Jesus.
Love me and not do that.
No, you're all right.
Engines in the Canada, we've got this thing going.
I had issues all day. We just cut out on this. So I squeezed the bulb up the bowl, but did everything that I thought I could make this to my water in there.
I reckon you'll feel walking
So I have one after that little river course, a little cruise that we took. We saw some crocodiles, not too much, but still we saw some. And then now we are at the Alexander Lookout, which is actually like you have to cross the ferry, which is a bit expensive, but we came here because there will be one activity that is really interesting for us, and why not just stop and look at the beautiful lookout and the scenery view of the Daintree, the North Queensland and the ocean. So that is I don't know if you can see, but there is a river that is the Daintree River, which actually takes you, that's where the ferry comes, and then the ocean. As you can see, we are now in Vugiriga, Gideaga, which means look about, how do you call it, look about, or in the region or country. We are now in another Aboriginal country, not in Ngunnawal, that is in Canberra. There's one in, like, you're going to Mossman George. So yes, you can see there are like, so that is the Snapper Island, that little island, I don't know if you can see, it is disconnected from the mainland Australia. We can actually see it from Port Douglas, and also Port Douglas is that one, something like that, somewhere there. So I will take a picture and then I will take notations. So it is currently around 6 p.m. and we found a little bit of walk that we can do with our booked tour. That is the only booked tour that we do. One thing that we don't, so one reason that really take any guided tours, because like we might be slower than others, and then we like to go with in our own pace, so with our own speed, and we don't want to really slow people down. Yeah, so it is a very easy 45 minutes walk. It's the Madja MADJA broad walk, and then after that we are going to an interesting guided tour for hour and a half. And as you can see, it's still humid, so it got a bit like cool down. And yeah, as you can see, it is everything is green here as well, and it's just really good to have a stop and a little walk. So yeah, so this not be very slow paced tour, but still you can see a little bit of, I mean, Daintree National Park is actually two parts. One part, like the main, I think, the bigger part is the Mossman Gorge and around that area until the Daintree River. And after Daintree River there is a smaller Daintree National Park like this one. Also, this is also the part of it. But still full of greenery, everything. So yeah, so it is a bit different, and but still it is really good, like some water inside. And as you can see, this whole walk, it says there is like a sign that it has been redeveloped in 2019, so pretty new and very well maintained broad walk. So yeah, this is not really well made, but so it was nature made, but there are of course paths which are nature made, similar one that we took yesterday for Mossman Gorge. So yeah, so that earlier part might be a bit different than this one, because it is night mode, because it was a bit dark. Like there is two rivers both sides, and then we are walking above it. So I mean, yeah, it doesn't really stop the cassowaries. So yeah, I've seen these ones. These are the basket of life. I think a lot of birds can nest there, and things can be found on them. And there's one river, another one there. Yeah, like no. So the road is how would I say? So the very first part there are a lot of turns, but after that it gets like straightened out, but then going out there during the night, in the real night, yeah, because we will be going back to Port Douglas around or I would say around 8:30 p.m. Yeah, because there is, so this tour actually goes twice. One is 7 p.m. the other one is 9 p.m. So if you do a little bit of research, then you know what we are talking about. But yeah, I want to have a little bit of surprise. Even maybe we'll find some, what do you call it? Some wildlife. So yes, as you can see, it is actually very well. They're full of like water under us. So we are in a swamp area. So I think that's the main reason that is broad walking, because yeah, like they are full of water, everything, and you can't really walk on them like this one. You can even see the old ones, the old broad walk, man. And we're walking on the new one, like it's full of water, everything. Like really swamp area. Maybe crocodiles are also be present on this this part. I mean, who knows? Yeah, because I mean, it would be really small for them. So I have learned some facts about the crocodiles while we were on this little river cruise. Yeah, I can't really see where is the end of it, or the, yeah, so there might be crocodiles here. So crocodiles are cold-blooded, like lizards, snakes, and other animals, but crocodiles come out of the water to get some to actually warm their blood. So yeah, and then an intersection. Nothing says where we have to go, which way. I mean, it's a circuit, so, or this is lookout. Maybe. So this is the lookout. It is really small. Like if you're in a hurry, maybe 5 minutes walk from the circuit. Yeah, but really worth it. Like you can see a bit of the river, and also if you have time, you can also read how Aborigines use some of the nature's the nature's gifts, like fruits from the trees that you can see, the mangroves, which are also everywhere in this area. They're also like saltwater tree, and yeah, you cannot cut it out, like it's under protection.